And now we'll do A Flower for Helen.
Painted this painting when I was in Greece. It had a flower there and the view out there, so I put this together. And a friend of mine, Tony and Helen, that we had known for years, bought it. I have to get this back to him, by the way. He lives in 100 Mile House now. And I said, hey, I need it for tonight. He says, cool, because I'm going to Maui, so it doesn't matter anyways. Anyway, so, but Helen died. When I was putting together my website, I had to find titles for things, and I really hadn't had a title for this. I just sort of sold it to them. And I started thinking, I've got to call this A Flower for Helen. And the really neat thing about this poem that she's going to read is, I mean, her daughters were there at the book launch, and they were almost in tears listening to the poem, because the poem basically, at least to me, I think to you, means sort of the reuniting of two people. But in this case, you didn't realize, actually in most cases, she never read anything I wrote about the things. She says, I'm going to just look at the painting and see what I come up with. And it's, sometimes she's being dead on, it's incredible, and other times it's being like, oh wow, I never saw that. But anyways, in this case, it's the sort of the reconnection for, you know, in the next life, I can see Tony and Helen getting together again, and she would be waiting for him. So hence the painting.
Yeah, Flower for Helen. On the rising knowledge of color and tone, the steps are stacked with books. A phantom man stands, a flower clasped in his thoughts, a flower for Helen. The fragrance and beauty of the petals cling to the air like her scent on his collar. He climbs the steps with expectation, with the flower he hopes will please her. He rises as mist higher and higher toward the gates of heaven. As he nears, he hears a stir of wings and whispers. Slowly the whispers dissipate until there is only one voice. Indistinct at first, he hears her softly calling his name. As she approaches him, he kisses the flower and places it in her outstretched hand. A flower for Helen at journey's end.